USP or unique selling proposition. This is what gives you, your brand, your content a moat. This is something that is extremely difficult for others to replicate, and even if they try to replicate, they'll only make a fool of themselves. The moment you start talking about business, content creation, or any journey where you are trying to create a brand for yourselves, the first thing that people will tell you is figure out your USP or figure out your niche. Although niche and USP are two completely different things, but they are very closely interconnected to each other. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about USP. If you're somebody who's already created a very strong brand for yourself, you have your USP in place, there's zero room or scope of improvement or change in your USP, great, this video is not for you. Thank you for giving me your 42 seconds. You may now leave. But if you're somebody who's trying to create a super strong USP for yourself, you want to start a content creation business, or you just want to create a business for yourself, or you already have a business and you want to establish your brand even further in your market, how do you do that? How do you create a USP for yourself, which is impossible for your competitors to replicate, is what we are going to discuss in this video. I would request you to watch this video till the end. Considering that this is going to be a long video, I'm going to talk to you about 24 different ways to create, establish, and completely solidify your USP in your market. So make sure that you watch it till the end. Hello and welcome to MrEmogical. I'm Manish Ahuja, founder of MrEmogical. MrEmogical is my content creation brand. I am a money mindset and financial literacy coach by profession who loves creating content. And with MrEmogical, I'm creating content to connect with business owners, consultants, agency owners, content creators, anybody who is trying to create a personal brand for themselves. And that's what I do at MrEmogical. This video is sponsored by and brought to you by Paycheck To Profit, which is my business brand. I'll talk to you about that through the video and towards the end of the video. So let's get started and talk to you about 24 different ways in which you can create a USP, which is impossible for others to replicate, but gives you an edge so that you can just create a brand which is going to keep growing with time. This is not going to be easy, but this is not going to be easy to execute, but it is going to be very easy to understand once you watch this entire video till the end. So let's start with the first section. I've divided this into 3 sections, and every section I'll give you 8 points. So that's 8 into 3, 24 ideas in which you can create your USP for your brand and business. So let's start with the first section, which is the fundamentals. The first thing that is going to create your USP, especially considering most of my viewers today are from India, is the language. Although English is supposed to be the language of business, but that's not true. If you are confident in creating content or a particular product which is going to cater to people of a particular region, please focus on a regional language. I am confident talking in Hindi and English. These are the only 2 languages that I am comfortable in. But I chose English because I feel a lot more comfortable in English. But you do not have to choose English. For that matter of fact, if you're somebody who's just, you can create hundreds of crores of revenue and profits just by creating a regional brand. So don't let language be a barrier that does not allow you to create a brand of your choice. Please choose language as your first USP. Your second USP is your niche. Although I'm going to create a lot of content on niche in my future videos, but let me give you a very broad bird's eye view about what exactly is niche. Figure out a problem that you're going to solve. Obviously, create a solution for the problem that you've identified. Identify your target market and create a brand around the solution that you've created for the target market. I'm going to go a lot deeper into this. So if you understand the big picture perspective, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you can also watch the future videos on niche. The third point that I want you to understand is your worldview and your approach towards the product, the business, the content that you're going to create is going to be a very strong factor for you to create your USP. Your fourth point is your perspective. What exactly is your perspective? Now, your approach and worldview, let's say you're somebody who is a feminist. That's your worldview. Your approach is going to be pro-feminist. And your perspective is going to be you are a pro-feminist because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's just for your understanding of with regards to how worldview and approach is different from your perspective. What exactly is your personal story? This is your fifth reason or the fifth factor which will help you create your USP. What exactly is your personal story or experience? Why are you trying to solve this particular problem? How have you experienced this problem? Why is this solution important to you? So figure that out, and the way you present your personal story is going to be a very strong selling factor, because today people are doing business predominantly with other people people don't like doing business with brands. People like doing businesses with people first. So when you're starting out small, it's much easier for you to communicate your personal story, create a small community for yourself, create a fan following, and then keep growing. You know about all these chai walas who've created an entire business of hundreds of crores around their personal brands, right? They did it because they communicated their personal story as their USP. Are you connecting the dots? Fourth, please focus on segments within your niche, within your business. Now, the easiest example that I can think of at the moment is, imagine a fashion influencer who's focusing only on domestic brands. They are not going to focus on any international brands. They are not going to focus on any sort of popular retail brands. They are focusing only on domestic and local brands and still creating tons of content with regards to their fashion as a vertical. Or one more segment that can be possible is a fashion influencer who's creating content only for plus size fashion. For men, women, does not matter. That's again going on even further, but you get the perspective. The more you focus on one particular segment in your overall market, stronger is your brand within that segment in your niche. So that is also a strong USP for you to have. Seventh point is, have you ever solved this problem for yourself? What happens is, when you've solved a problem, when you've gone through a particular problem, it becomes a lot easier for people to resonate with you. This is not a compulsion, but just in case, if you are solving a problem which you have gone through by yourself, it is obviously going to be like a very big edge. I'll give you an example of this. I am a money mindset and financial literacy coach. I talk a lot about how do you deal with debt, how do you repay your debt. But when it comes to debt is not my strongest suit. Why? Because I come from a financially free family. I have not experienced debt the way other people have experienced debt. All my debt has been calculated. All my debt has been situational. I have never had, I am very fortunate and I am very grateful for the fact I have never had the reason to get into a debt out of a dire need. I have gotten into a debt as and when a planned situation has come up. Okay. So when it comes to debt restructuring, there will be a very big crowd in the market who would feel a lot more comfortable to go to somebody who has taken debt out of circumstances, who has cleared the whole concept of debt from their life. They've done their debt restructuring. Although the principles that they will share is probably going to be very similar to mine, but the experience is going to be very unique, very different as compared to mine. So if you have solved the problem for your own self, and out of that, if you've created a product, fabulous. It's a very, very, very strong USP. Eighth way to create your USP, and I'll suggest that this is one factor which everybody should talk about in their brand and their business. What exactly is your mission and how passionate are you about this problem? Why is it so important for you to solve this problem of all the problems? Why do you want to target this particular target market? Why do you want to focus only on solution with regards to this problem when you could have chosen 10 other problems? This is the fundamental section. Even if you just consider and make a brand around these 8 points, you have already created a very strong brand. If you've gotten some value out of this video until now, please do not forget to give me a like to this video, because a small gesture of you giving a like to this video goes a very long way for this video to reach out to tens, hundreds, thousands of more people. So please do that. Take a minute and like this video. The second section, the first one was fundamentals. Now the second category which you need to focus on is, now that you've understood that you have taken about 4 or 5 points out of the first section, how do you create a brand around this particular factors that you've chosen? When you mix the two together, your brand only becomes a lot more stronger. Let me talk about the next 8 points, which will give you a much further understanding about how do you create a USP for your business. The ninth point, or the first point within the brand category, is the quantity. What kind of quantity are you going to deliver? This is very important with regards to content. If you are a new content creator, keep smashing quantity of content everywhere. Repurpose your content, get people from all social media networks to one platform of your choice. Just create a lot of quantity. As you create quantity, your quality will also improve. Same also goes with a product-based business. Keep throwing quantity into the market. Obviously, be a little logical about the finances about it, but try to capture the market as much as possible with quantity. Just quantity is not good enough. The 10th point, which is also going to help you create your USP along with your quantity, is consistency, frequency, and reliability. You cannot just throw content or throw products by taking a beating either on the consistency or the frequency or the reliability. If you've promised something to your audience, if you've promised something to your market, you have to deliver, come what may. So decide, create a perfect mix of quantity and consistency that you can in your business or in your content creation journey. What stage of business are you in? What stage of life cycle of a business are you in is also very important. I'll explain. First of all, understand what are the stages. Are you a new business owner or content creator? Are you somebody who's growing? Are you a well-established person in the market? Are you a pro, or are you a celeb or a superstar in your market? Now, why is this important is because, let's say in any aspect of life, there are always going to be noobs or newbies, right? They will not resonate with the kind of content that a superstar is going to give out. They'll obviously look up to those superstars. They'll be aspirational about those superstars. They'll be inspired by those superstars. But they will always want somebody who's just 1 or 2 steps ahead of them to create content for them. For them to resonate with the kind of brands that are easier for them to achieve. So what stage of business you are in, when you communicate that in your marketing, when you communicate that in your product positioning, it will always help you create a stronger USP for your target market. Your content delivery and communication style also is going to be a very strong factor to create your USP. Look at my content creation style. Directly talking head video in front of the camera. I've just made sure that the sound is good. It can be better for sure, but it is good. And the lights are perfect and I am presentable. I'm always wearing a simple t-shirt and I am good to go. I also make sure that all of my content is well structured, so that this exactly is my content delivery style. If you're still watching this video almost 12 minutes into the video, it means that you're resonating with my content, right? It does not have to be super amazing quality. Obviously, it can get better. But even if you have established yourself in your content delivery and communication style, that will also become your USP. Your sense of humor. Now, again, this is always an edge. When I'm giving you 24 USP standards, you don't have to be a 10 on 10 on all the standards, right? Even if you resonate with 4, 5, 7, 8, 10 factors, you're still going good. But if you are somebody who has a funny edge, if you are somebody who can be sarcastic, if you're somebody who has a very dry or a deadpan sense of humor, and if you can communicate that in your copy, in your content, in your marketing, please use that as an edge. Zomato is one brand which has used humor as a very strong sense of connection with their customers. So please, if you are somebody who can manage humor, if humor has always been one of your strongest suit, please use that in your marketing and in your brand building process. Okay, your production value, as I told you, my production value is as you see. But let's say if you're creating content on beauty, makeup, photography, videography, the way you present your content with regards to the production, which is your camera, your lights, your sound, your B-roll, your editing, everything creates your USP. The moment I tell you MKBHD, if you are somebody who follows tech reviews, you understand what kind of production quality am I talking about. If I tell you Technical Guruji, you know what kind of product quality am I talking about. When I tell you Mr. Who's the Boss, you know what kind of videos Mr. Who's the Boss creates. So you can also create your own production value style, which will help you create your USP in your content. How do you script? How do you keep your audience engaged is a very strong factor. I know it for a fact that there are going to be a lot of people who will watch this video, because I've already given you 15 ways to create a USP in less than 15 minutes. So how you keep your audience engaged is a very strong factor to create your USP. Your personality, appearance, delivery style. Now, again, this is something which is so unique to everybody, but you have to be confident. You have to be absolutely in your skin that you are the way you are. This is how you're going to present yourself. So get rid of your inhibitions. Obviously, it will take some time. Get rid of your inhibitions, get rid of your judgment, and start creating content. And your personality, appearance, and delivery style is going to help you a lot to create a USP for your brand. At this moment, let me tell you a little bit about my business brand, Paycheck to Profit. Paycheck to Profit is a community where I'm connecting with all sorts of like-minded people who want to build a new relationship with money, understand the whole concept of money blocks and how to eliminate them, use law of attraction to manifest wealth into their life, and get financially literate so that they can invest their money, get in control of their budgeting, get in control of their financial life, and secure financial freedom over a period of time. Now, if that is something that you would be interested in, please make sure that you go to the description of the video and look for a link called Join the Profit Clan or become a member of the Profit Clan. Please sign up for Paycheck to Profit's Profit Clan. You'll start getting a lot of content on Paycheck to Profit. You'll also get links to Paycheck to Profit social media handles. I'm also creating regular content on Paycheck to Profit's YouTube channel. I'm doing a blog. I'm doing a podcast every Monday for Paycheck to Profit, which is Manifest with Paycheck to Profit. So there is a lot that is happening with regards to content. So make sure you check all the links of Paycheck to Profit in the description below, and let's get started. Let's continue. Until now, tell me what are the 5 ways. Go to the comment section as it is you're going to check the Paycheck to Profit content. So might as well tell me what are the 5 factors for your brand's USP, for your business's USP, for your content creation brand USP that you've identified, which is going to help you feel more confident and more comfortable creating your brand. Okay, what are the USPs that work for you? If you have any questions until this moment, please ask me in the comments below. If you want me to create more content on 1 or 2 other factors which I have spoken with, but you want more clarity on, let me know. I'll try to incorporate that also. But after this, now we are getting into the league of the big wigs. Now you've taken care of the fundamentals. You've built a brand. Now let's say you've started gaining traction. You have 5,000, 10,000 followers and subscribers. Now you want to establish yourselves. Now you want to differentiate yourself from other brands. How do you do that? How do you actually start creating a cult, a tribe for your brand? Now this is where the last 8 points come into the picture. I call this section the top 1%. If you look at it very carefully, you will see that although I'm just starting out, I am going to try and focus on all the 8 factors of this point, of this section. And if you find that I'm not staying true to my words, please call me out. So first, the 17th way that you can build a USP for your brand is stay authentic at all times. The reason why I'm creating a one-shot video is because for me, it is easier to create content like this, talk to you on camera. I just make my notes, I collate all my thoughts, I sit peacefully and I just start talking to the camera and I give you everything that I have as it is. I do not filter out anything. So authenticity is a very big value for me in my content, and it should be a value for every business and every content creator brand. You're not if you are not authentic, your audience is going to call you out and it is going to come and bite you in the back very badly sooner than later. So please stay authentic at all times. The depth of your content. I could have created a very fast-paced 5 ways to create USP, made it a very glamorous sort of a video, and I would have just gotten some views and likes. Maybe I would have gotten more views because not many people are going to watch a 20-25 minute long video. But if the depth of the content is good, if people are sticking with your content, if people are watching your content, they are re-watching your content, the kind of audience that you're creating for your brand is phenomenal. And that's the kind of content and the audience that I'm trying to build for MrEmogical and Paycheck to Profit, which is exactly why I'm creating this long form, super value driven content with 24 ideas, whatever. So make sure that you realize that the depth of your content has to be very, very, very strong. How are you creating marketing and collaborations? If you would want to know more about this, I create a podcast called Coach I Need Help. It's a bilingual Hindi plus English podcast that I have been doing for last 23 weeks. The 23rd episode just went live on Friday. So over there, I'm doing deep dive conversations with yet another friend and colleague of mine who I met on a mastermind. His name is Mr. Pankaj, and I create a deep dive episode on how can we help the coaching industry, the marketing agency industry. So I am not worried to collaborate with people who are within my industry. I don't look at somebody as a competition. I focus on my marketing. I focus on creating content. I focus on creating a lot of value for my customers. So this is how marketing and collaborations is going to be a fabulous way for you to build your USP. The 20th way, your brand beyond your content. Now, let's say if you are somebody who's trying to create a YouTube brand, or you're trying to create a business and you're focusing on newsletters as your way to connect with your audience. Although that's great, that is a must, but you also have to be somebody who is present a lot more on multiple platforms. Today, people are on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Use these platforms, connect with these people on all the platforms and show them your personal side. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and you'll see the kind of baseless conversations I have and the kind of funny memes that I share on Instagram. You definitely must follow me on Instagram if you're not, to see the kind of content that I share. You'll see poems, shairis, and clips from TV series which I keep sharing on my Instagram stories. Twitter, I share anything on my Twitter. So follow me on all the platforms and you'll see that my brand is beyond my content that you'll see on MrEmogical and on Paycheck To Profit on YouTube. So do that. You'll find all my social media links in the description below. So please connect with me on all social media platforms. I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you. The 21st point. Again, this is just something that I spoke of right now. You make sure that your presence is beyond one platform. I'll tell you this is very important because let's look at what happened during the pandemic. There were so many content creators who had created a very strong clout on TikTok, and in one day their entire clout was gone because for whatever reasons, obviously all good reasons, government decided to ban TikTok. But tomorrow that can happen to any platform of your choice, whatever you've chosen. I hope that does not happen, but it is absolutely possible. People had put in a lot of hard work into platforms like Vine. Facebook was very big at one point of time, and today the reach over there is absolutely zero. So make sure that you've created multiple avenues for people to follow you, connect with you. Don't just stick to one platform. Please don't do that. For that matter of fact, everybody try and create a newsletter list and make sure that you connect your people to those avenues as well. I'm going to talk about that in just a couple of minutes, but just trying to put that idea in your head at the moment. One very big factor which is going to help you a lot, and this is a 22nd factor which will help you create a USP. Always keep learning, always keep improving, always keep doing better than last time, and let your audience witness that journey and let that audience appreciate that journey of yours. So focus on growth and focus on improving at all times. 23rd way to create a USP is to communicate your vision. Let me tell you, with Paycheck To Profit, I'm creating one of the biggest communities worldwide of people who are using financial literacy and the right money mindset to achieve their financial freedom. With MrEmogical, I'm going to create the biggest community of content creators, business owners who can come together, collaborate, create a massive level playing field ground where people will find each other's mentors, people will find business partners, people will find collaborations, and all of that is going to happen as you see as this brand grows. But this is the kind of vision that I'm creating, and let me tell you, my vision is finally MrEmogical and Paycheck To Profit will merge together and will create a completely different brand, which I'll talk about it when the time is right. But I have a very big vision with both these brands. So you'll see that journey. And if you are still watching, I'll tell you something very honestly. It's not easy for somebody to get your attention for 23 minutes in 2023. If you're still watching this, I have 2 freebies for you. Go to the description. There is going to be a link for a WhatsApp group. Please make sure that you become a part of that WhatsApp group. And second thing, I write daily newsletters, literally daily newsletters. 6 a.m. You're going to get a newsletter in your inbox, which I may stop in some time. I'm going to rework on that. That's literally something that the idea came to me just today. So I'm still working on it, but I also have a newsletter. Make sure both of them are free, obviously. So make sure you sign up on that newsletter, become a part of the WhatsApp group, and I am going to keep giving you content on those platforms also. For me, it's all about creating content, sharing it with people, adding value, giving it away to people. So that is what I want you to do. And with that, I have reached to the last point. This is literally a one-shot video. I am telling you about the 24th factor that you can use to create a USP for yourself, which is create a community. Gone are the days when only your subscribers was your strength or your followers on Instagram was your strength. It is not a strength anymore. It's a vanity metric. Not that it does not matter. Obviously, it does matter. But what is your actual strength is the kind of people who are a part of your community, your tribe, the people who know you, people who you interact with, people whose name you can recognize. Oh, I have seen this person comment. Oh, I can go to this city and create a meetup and I know at least 50 to 100 people will show up over there, because that's the kind of community that I've created. If you're taking 1 hour to create content, I will tell you take 1.5, 2 hours to build a community, to focus on people who are watching you. That every view count is not just a number, it's an actual human being giving you their time, giving you the effort, giving you their attention, giving you their energy. Respect that. That is the most important aspect in any business that I want people to feel a very strong connection with. So create a community. This is literally what I had planned for you. 24 ways. If you look at it, 8 fundamentals, 8 brand oriented USP factors, and the last 8, the strongest one, the top 1%, the last 8 factors, 24 factors come together. If you can bring 10, 15, 20 of these together, there is no way on this planet, in this universe, that you will not create a brand. You'll not create a brand with USP. You'll end up creating a cult. Now that's how powerful that is. I genuinely feel there is a room for a million more brands, a million more content creators to come up. And this is literally my way of helping the community. This is my way of connecting with people. This is my way of sharing my knowledge that I've accumulated over the past few years. Please let me know how did you like this video. Please give me your feedback. Please tell me ways I can do this better. Please subscribe to the channel. Show me your support. If you've liked this video, please share it with somebody who you know is going to derive value out of this. Share it with those friends who keep crying that they don't have a USP, that they don't have a niche, they don't have a way to stand out from the market. If you've liked this video, I'm sure you're going to love the next video also, because in the next video I'm going to talk about 10 ways to create content that generate. Oh, I've already created this video. I'm so sorry. A goof up is allowed after 25 minutes of straight talking. If you've liked this video, please make sure to check the video that you can see on your screen right now. That's the video where I talk about how you can create content that will convert into revenues. That's more focused on business owners, but obviously content creators can also watch that. And I'm also going to create a lot of content on why I genuinely feel that there's a need for a million more content creators and businesses and brands to come up. If you've liked this video, thank you so much for giving me your time. Thank you so much for staying till the end. I'll now see you in the next video. Until then, keep smiling, keep slaying.